Good afternoon, fans, and welcome to the Lady Beaverbrook Gymnasium here in Fredericton, New Brunswick. I'm Bill Gibson. You're watching ACAA TV and coverage of men's basketball. Mount St. University Mystics in town for a date against the St. Thomas Tommies. Mystics are ranked 13th nationally, one of two teams in the ACAA rank. Holland College is number 15. Holland leads the conference with a 10-3 record. The Mystics right on their heels at 9-4. Crandall, after a victory last night at Mount A, Devon Glenn and James French powering Crandall to that victory. Crandall, they sit at 9-5, so one game back in the loss column, tied with the same number of wins as MSVU in second. Tommies, they are at 8-5. So an opportunity here for the Tommies to create a three-way tie at 9-5 with a victory over the Mystics here for second place in the conference. Mount A 7-6, UKC 2-10, UNB SJ 0-12. So again, a tie here, a win here for the Tommies creates a three-way tie at 9-5 in this tightly packed ACAA men's side. We're into the stretch run here as playoff positioning matters. ACAAs will be right here on this floor in early March. These teams, they've played twice before, each team winning at home November 13th. Tommies were 91-86 victors. Jackson Smith with a monster game, 36.6 boards for MSVU. Will Spalding, 16. All five starters for MSVU, 14-plus points. Harrison Florian, 18 points, 9 rebounds, and Vince Littleton led the Tommies. Tommies were plus 24 at half. Mystics won the third quarter by 10, the fourth quarter by 9. Mystics turned it over 25 times to the Tommies 15. All other stats were pretty close in what ended up being a close game. A couple weeks later, November 26, the Tommies went to Bedford to play the Mystics. It was the Mystics pulling out a 1-point win there. Tyrese Paul with 25 for the Tommies. Vince Littleton, 22. Jeffrey Lavoie, 16 points, 11 rebound, double-double. Will Spalding, 19.7 rebounds. Adam Callahan, 16 points. Terrio Sands, a 15 and 10 double-double. Mystics 7 points better from the free throw line, led by 15 at half. The Tommies clawed back 6 points in the third, 8 in the fourth. Tommies shot 42%, the Mystics 48. That game, 10 ties and 17 lead changes. Expect this one to be close, much like those other games were. Starters for the Mystics. 6 is Ty Murnahan. Murnahan among the league leaders in field goal percentage. Doesn't shoot it much from deep. 13, Will Spalding, one of the dynamic players here for the Mount. 20 is Keegan Fearon, 6'7" forward out of Bedford. Terrio Sands is 23 out of the Bahamas. Jackson Smith, the other real dynamic player here for the Mystics. For the Tommies, they're going to start number 0, Harrison Florian. 3 is Trey Campbell. 9 is Evan Villain out of Miramichi. 11 Tyrese Paul out of Leo Hayes. And 13, Jeffrey Lavoie out of Ecole Secondaire Bernice Desloges in Ottawa. Get that one in every time if I can. Tommies off the tip. Villain for Paul. Outside Campbell. Campbell has that shot, rim out, rebound Sands. Sands off to Spalding. Over to Sands. Murnahan was looking to post. They don't find him. Back up top now for Smith. There is Murnahan on the catch and drive. Paul got a piece of that one, and Florian collects the carom. Lavoie coming off a big game at St. John. Back for Campbell. Campbell missed that one. 0 for 2 now for Campbell from the field. Played 45 seconds. Smith for Sands. Sands from 13 feet, front rim, rebounded his own and put it back up. Tommies, one of the better rebounding teams in the league, give up an offensive rebound and put back there to Terrio Sands. Sands averages over 9 rebounds and 10 points a game. You can expect him to be attacking the glass. Lavoie on the spin move there against Sands, and it's Jackson Smith on the catch and run out. Back for Spalding. He's dynamic. He can score from just about anywhere. Travel called there on Spalding as he needs a little bit more grippy on the shoes there going into the key. It may be a wet spot. Blew a tire. Campbell right into the hands of Spalding. Spalding against Florian, and Florian ties him up, draws the foul. Oh, instead called a travel on Will Spalding. Spalding going to check the shoes there again. Looks to be the second trip up the floor. He's had a bit of trouble there. Picked up a little dust or something maybe somewhere. Get that cleaned off the shoes. Lavoie kicks it outside for Paul. Paul, runner drops through the hoop. Two, we played 2 minutes. Smith for Sands. Sands, little blow by there on Tyrese Paul, but he gives up the shot. Looking for Murnahan, and now Fearon works his way free underneath. Not sure who's supposed to be checking Keegan Fearon. Lavoie against Fearon. He's going to score 2. Jeffrey Lavoie. Aggressive offensively to start this one. I like that from Jeffrey Lavoie. I think he can be a really, really strong offensive player in this league if he looks to score. Lavoie will pick up the foul there, the first of the game. Fearon for Spalding. Spalding with the shake and bake there, doesn't go anywhere, launches a 3. Rebound for Paul and Campbell. Trey Campbell inserted into the starting lineup here in the second half. Gives the Tommies a little bit more size as the starting point guard than they were getting from Vince Littleton. Tyrese Paul misses the long-range shot. Rebound Smith. Look ahead for Fearon. Lavoie on the closeout, down low for Sands, back out for Murnahan. Pass to the corner, 3-pointer missed by Smith. Sands on the glass. Florian knocks away the pass intended for Murnahan. Now Littleton in for Trey Campbell. Vince Littleton, second year out of Markham, 6'1" guard, averages 13.5 points a game. Scoring average has dropped a little bit here in the second half. He was around 17 in the first half. Spalding on the little back in and shot, scores 2. Florian with the screen, pass to the post for Lavoie. He now squares up. Outside Florian, 18-footer. That doesn't go. Harrison's, he's about a 60% field goal shooter, is Big Harry. Miss on that one. Spalding, little shake and bake again. Had Murnahan on the cut. Murnahan lost the handle. Paul was looking for the long lead pass for Harrison Florian. I'm not sure that's where you want to be giving the big guy the ball right at center court and asking him to dribble the length. Again, Spalding with the cut and score for 2 points. Lavoie against Sands. Lavoie Step through and scores two, Jeffrey Lavoie. Lavoie looking a little Adrian Dantley-like on that take. Footwork so good on Lavoie. Sands. He can't get it to go. Paul clears the rebound. Nearly stolen away by Murnahan. Littleton on the catch and drive. Leaves it short. Spalding pulls it back out, and now he throws it behind Jackson Smith into the Tommy bench. Tommies, you will note, coaching staff in the Think Pink shirts here in this one. Think Pink Saturday here at the gym. 50-50 and Think Pink t-shirts on sale, with proceeds going towards the fight against cancer. Something the Tommies do so well. Volleyballers were a couple weekends ago with that. Basketballers this weekend. Hockey team does it as well. I'm sure most of the teams do. Spalding deflects that pass. Tight first quarter. A little over halfway through. Mystics +2 on Stu. Callahan is checked in for the Mystics, number 4. Adam Callahan out of Sydney in his second year. Shout out to the folks watching in Cape Breton this afternoon. Murnahan on the drive, has it knocked away. Paul out of the pack with it, has Littleton with him. Tyrese Paul will take it right to the bucket and score 2 points. Long loop pass ahead for Smith against Florian. Lots of body there, but no call. Good work by Harrison Florian to hold his ground there. Officials in this one, I haven't mentioned them yet thus far. Steele there, and Jackson Smith will lay that one in. Mr. Dave Gallagher, Mr. Matt Whipple, and Mr. Spencer Jeffrey. Gentleman in charge of making sure all goes according to Hoyle here. Down 2, it's Littleton working on the outside. Had Florian on the roll. Instead, Littleton takes the 3. Florian on the offensive rebound, but he lost it to the hands of Spalding. Callahan, he's going to get the body check from Vincent Littleton. Owen Amos and Ethan Tumwine will check in for Stu. Amos 10, Tumwine 5 as they check in. Inbounded for Sands. Sands against Amos. Good stop there by Owen Amos. Outside, Jackson Smith misses. Tumwine gets the rebound. Ethan had a really good game, one of the 2 on Prince Edward Island against Holland. I think he can become a weapon for this Tommy's team. I think he's got more than we've seen. Villain on the drive. Ryan McLean checks in for the Mystics. Amos can shoot the 3, he does. Rebound Spalding. He's been everywhere in this quarter, has Will Spalding. Murnahan for Spalding. Tommies block the pass with their feet. Referees blow that one down. Adam Callahan will inbound. Couple scratches of note in this one for the Tommies. Gaio Isaiah, a scratch. That's opening up some opportunity for some other Tommies to eat up those 30 minutes or so a game. For the Mystics, a couple important ball handlers, Isaac Matheson and Campbell Colpitts, scratched for the Mount. Tanner Hoyt checks in for Stu, number 6. Lavoie back in as well. Callahan with that make, and now he will get the attempt for the 3-point play, but it rims out into the hands of Lavoie. Lavoie on the attack, draws the foul. I think that will go to Will Spalding. Campbell in for Littleton. Foul instead, I think, called on McLean, number 8. Lavoie knocks down the first free throw. Jeffrey Lavoie, 15.5 points per game, 6.5 boards, a little over 2 assists. Shoots about 70% from the stripe. Good on both of those. Sam Gilmore checks in. Gilmore, first year out of Bedford, a 6'3" forward, in for Ty Murnahan. Spalding against Tumwine. This is a good matchup from a physical standpoint. Campbell with the help. Outside for Jack Ford, number 14. I miss Ford checking into the game. Sneaky Jack Ford, we'll call him from here on out. Campbell sets for Amos. Lavoie on the outside. Lavoie dribbles. 8 on the shot clock. Tumwine. Now 5 on the shot clock. Looking inside for Tumwine was Trey Campbell. It's a takeaway for the Mystics. Callahan to the front court for Jack Forward. Miss into the hands of Lavoie. Lavoie for Campbell. Campbell's got Lavoie the trailer for 3. Back rim, rebound. Tumwine and Amos knocked it away from each other, I think. It's an offensive board the Tommies probably should have had. Minute and a half to go in the quarter. Keegan Fearon will check back in. Spalding will get his first break. Fearon hands it off to McLean. McLean drives. Rebound by Forward, knocked away by Lavoie. Almost ended up going in the bucket. Instead, the Tommies collect the loose ball. Amos spins. Amos against 3 blue shirts, off glass and in. Nice patience for Owen Amos. Just take what was given him there on that spin move. Ties us at 12. Here, under a minute to go, Q1. Forward for McLean. McLean, nice fake and take. Put back, no good for Callahan. Fegan's tip, no good. Pardon me, Fearon's tip, no good. That combined the first name and the last name there. Apologies, Keegan. Get it right eventually. Lavoie on the rebound. Lavoie aggressive to the bucket. Hands off for Campbell for 2. Tommy's back in front. 30 seconds to go. Opening stanza. Tumwine with the tough defense on Callahan. McLean to the corner. Back up top, Callahan. Hands that off for Gilmore. Gilmore, the runner, scores 2. Ties us at 14. Tommies. Cannon probably will play for the last shot here. 8 seconds in the quarter. Campbell gets right to the basket, and he scores 2. Not the last shot necessarily. The clock continues to run. I guess it is the last shot. Tommy 16, Mystics 14. At the end of 1, I'm Bill Gibson. Thanks for watching ACAA.TV. Come on back in about a minute and a half for the start of the second quarter. Fans, welcome back for second quarter. The Mystics are on the court. It'll be their ball to start the second quarter. Callahan, McLean, Fearon forward, and Gilmore. The 5 blue shirts, the Tommies, Amos, Lavoie, Hoyt, Campbell, and Tumwine. Long shot taken by McLean. That puts the Mystics up by 1. Hoyt on the take, rebound Amos. He's fouled on the putback. Foul will go on Jack forward. Didn't sneak that one by the official. His first, team's first of the quarter. Amos to the line. Owen Amos, 8.5 points a game, 2.5 rebounds, 60% thereabouts from the line. Shoots threes at about a 40% clip as well, just a shade under. Steal there by Hoyt. He lays in 2. Timeout taken. So Tommies bring some pressure, get the steal. I think Big T's working for the Tommies here in this one. Other games going on around the ACAA today. UKC at UMBSJ. Tomorrow, UKC will come here, play the Tommies in a 2 o'clock start. MSVU will slide down Highway 7, take on the Seawolves at 3. And the Mount Allison Mounties make the trip across Confederation Bridge tomorrow to play the Holland Hurricanes. High-flying Hurricanes at that. Hurricanes put a bunch of points on the board. Looked a little more vulnerable here in the second half, sitting now at 10-3. Lots to be decided here. A Mount A win in that one. Boy, things really get interesting if you start looking at the remaining games for all of these clubs. STU will entertain Holland here next weekend. So lots of possibilities here in the standings. These top 5 teams in the conference, and in fact all 7 teams in the conference are tough. Anybody can beat anybody. Jackson Smith nails a 3-pointer. But you look at those top 5 teams and how close they are in the standings. Only a few games separating them. The potential for a logjam, as mentioned earlier, in second at 9-5 if the Tommies can win this one this afternoon. Outside, Campbell for 3. Trey Campbell, once he gets that 3-point stroke found, he can run off a bunch in a hurry. See if the Tommies look to go back to him now that he's got 1 through the hoop. Kicked outside, 4 forward. McLean uses the Fearon screen for Smith. Passed inside for Fearon. Quick ball movement there by the Mystics. Nice pass by Jackson Smith. That's going to draw a foul on the Tommies. Oh, I was watching the wrong official to see who was calling the screen there. Fearon to the line. 50% free throw shooter on the season. Front rims that one. That foul goes on Trey Campbell, his first. Tommy's first of the quarter. 50% shooter, goes 1 of 2 from the line. That's holding the average for Keegan Fearon. Amos with the fake on Fearon. He'll drive, lose it off his own foot. Owen says surely someone else touched that on the way out of bounds. Coach Hickey says the same thing. Picked off by Hoyt. That's just not a great pass from Jackson Smith there, but Hoyt can't finish it. Tumwine, the pressure on McLean. He's going to get the foul. I thought he had the steal clean. Referee Dave Gallagher right on top of that play. Much closer than I am. Different angle. It would look pretty clean from up here on the steal. It's going to be Ethan Tumwine's first. 6'3" forward out of FHS. Coach Hickey with a little positioning here on the Tommy pressure. Cross-court pass for Jackson Smith. He'll dribble this one. No, now he passes up for Terrio Sands, who's just checked in. To the cutting Ty Murnahan, who's also checked in, and he scores two. That's where Murnahan gets a lot of his shots. Going to and in around the rim. Lavoie on the spin. Had Terrio Sands tied up there. Sands hit the deck. Tumwine on the floater, no good. Campbell has the putback rejected by Sands. One to shoot. Tommy's get the shot away into the hands of Gilmore. There was no rim on that. I'm sure the Mystics would have rather had the shot clock violation called than what happened there in terms of the giveaway. Spalding back in. Looks like some subs for the Tommies as well. Tommies have Hoyt inbounding with Lavoie, Tyrese Paul, Vince Littleton, and Harrison Florian. Florian, big size advantage on Sands. Instead, Paul shoots from the outside, knocks down the two. Murnahan on the drive, kicks to McLean in the corner. Three-pointer, no good. Florian uses the length to take that rebound away from Terrio Sands. Lavoie, tricky dribble. Lavoie, Euro step through the key for two. Sands at Florian, deflected by Lavoie into the hands of Paul. Paul was looking for Lavoie. It does somehow end up into the hands of Lavoie, who shoots the three and knocks down the three. Timeout, Coach De Palma and the Mystics. As the Tommies go on a little run here, push the lead to 7. 6:42 to go here in this half. Spoke with both coaches before the game, as per my usual tradition. Much as I can, at least, like to a quick visit with the coaches. Both coaches said, yeah, we're missing some key players for us. Expecting other players to step up. Both coaches said, we're expected to be tight. Nothing but a close game expected here all the way around. Both coaches pretty happy with where their team are. Coach Hickey says, we're pretty good when we defend with energy. When we don't defend with energy, we aren't. Pretty much the same message from Coach De Palma. Said, yeah, we can be pretty good as well when we play on defense. Both of these coaches enjoying life in the ACAA in terms of the level of competitiveness. So you can't ask for much more in a league than any team can pretty much beat anyone else on any given day. A couple of the records, UKC and UNBSJ, don't necessarily bear that out, but the Tommies need a double overtime to beat St. John in their last outing prior to this one. That was the Saturday, 86-82 in double OT. Lavoie had 31. Florian, 17 points, 8 rebounds. Littleton, 16 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. Ethan Zamurda, 27 points, 13 rebounds. And Adam Lambert, 15 points for SJ. The Tommies shot 41% from the field. St. John, 44. Turnovers. St. John committed 4 more than the Tommies did. Last game for the Mystics, they lost 113-101 to Holland College. How about that? Put up 101 points and lose by a dozen. Mystics, they also shot 47%, lost by a dozen. Mystics had over 15 three-point field goals, still lost by the dozen. Holland College also had over 15 three-point field goals. They shot 51%. Jalen Menzies, game-leading scorer with 36. Kyrie Thompson, 29 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists. And Logan Rempel, who I think is the key to that Hurricanes team and their success. To me, when he has a big game, they are almost impossible to beat. Rempel, 27 points, 6 rebounds. Will Spalding, 28 points, 11 rebounds. Ty Murnahan, 20 and 10. Not very many turnovers on the books in that game. 17-12 were the turnover situation. That favored Holland College. Tommy's +4 into the front court. Lavoie shoots the long one, makes the long one. Jeffrey Lavoie on the offensive attack here for STU. Sands backs in Lavoie. Drives, kicks. Shot taken to the far side by McLean. Rebound, STU. Florian. Big steps from Big Harry, and he scores 2 through the lane. Tommy's up 9 now. Make it 7, and a chance for it to be 6. Foul goes on Villain. That's his first, team second of the quarter. Jackson Smith with the 2 points. And a chance for the 3-point play the traditional way. Makes the free throw. Smith just about an 80% shooter from the stripe. No surprise that he knocked that one down. Littleton guarded by Callahan. Littleton to the corner for Villain. Top for Florian. Now Lavoie. He's going to shoot another 3 and rim that one out. Rebound to Littleton. Littleton back outside and now gets the pass back. Littleton fouled, I believe, by... called on the floor. I think that's going to go on Adam Callahan. Indeed. Littleton to the line. 63% free throw shooter on the season before this game. See if he can knock down the second. Violation was called. The free throw went in, so it will count. Callahan hands off to Sands. Sands will try to use his speed on Florian. Quick footwork there, gets himself an open jump shot over Florian. See the Tommy mascot making an appearance here in the gym. First time this year I think I've seen the Tommy mascot. It's there on the far side in the doorway. Villain makes the 3 out of the corner. Tommy's +8. Smith tries to answer. He can't. Rebound Murnahan. Murnahan spins on Paul. Kicks out for Sands. Sands guarded by Littleton. Sands has got the size advantage there on Littleton. 3 to shoot. Deep 3 from Smith. Back rim. Rebound again by Terrio Sands. Nice cut by Callahan. Littleton kicks to Lavoie. Villain again out of the corner. 3 doesn't go that time. Littleton on the offensive glass. Puts it back up. Maybe didn't need the dribble. Foul, I think, will go on Spalding. Indeed, it does go on Spalding. That's going to be his first. Fearon off the bench. Bring a little bit of size back in for Coach De Palma. Terrio Sands off. Littleton again to the line. Makes the first. And the second. Callahan calls the play, hands it off to Spalding. Spalding by Villain, right to the bucket. Can't get it to go. The body foul this time on Florian. Spalding to the line. Good on the first. Tommies will line up, sub waiting for the Tommies at the next opportunity. There it is. Ethan Tumwine checks in for Harrison Florian. That's Florian's first foul, team's fourth of the quarter. 3:16 to go here. First half, Tommies +6. Littleton against Callahan. Littleton from 15 makes it. Vince Littleton seems a little more under control here with the ball handling in this one. Seems to be keeping the dribble a little tighter to the body now. He was by times earlier in the year. Very much control focused has he been in this one. Nice take there by the Mystics, and they score 2. That's Callahan who gets that. 6-point game, 2.5 to go. First half. Lavoie for Paul. Paul over Murnahan, off glass, no good. Rebound, Fearon. Murnahan for Jackson Smith. Oh, he got the footwork a little wrong there, and Smith blew the bunny. Lavoie gets to the bucket, and he doesn't get the bunny to go down. Mystics were looking for the travel. Coach Hickey wanted a foul. Neither called. Lavoie knocks it away from Spalding. Picks it up, and this time he'll go off glass and draw the foul on Callahan. Adam Callahan, ever the gentleman, helps him up there. It's a good Cape Breton boy. McLean checks in. Hoyt is in for the Tommies. Lavoie on the line. He's going to be having a pretty good first half scoring-wise. I look forward to the score sheet at halftime. Did I say that? He's a little too strong on the second. Spalding bothered by Tumwine. Now inside for Fearon against Tyrese Paul. Keegan Fearon really had his way there, got the shot that he wanted. Missed it, but rebound to Tommies. Fearon just outstrengths Tyrese. Ethan Tumwine drills a 3. 10-point Tommy lead. Minute 25 to go now in the first half. Nice calm shot there from Ethan Tumwine. I believe that's going to be a football called. Oh, a whole bunch of subs coming in here. Ben Duell, Owen Amos in for Stu. Jack Ford, saw him come into that game. He didn't sneak by me that time, Jack. He's in for the Mystics, as is Sam Gilmore, number 10. Hoyt on the pass from Paul. Hoyt with the tip in, scores 2. Forward, Gilmore, McLean. McLean, guarded by Hoyt. McLean gets into the paint, met by Tumwine. No call. Duell collects the loose ball. And it's Paul for Tumwine. Now back to Tyrese Paul. Steps in for the three-pointer. No good. Tanner Hoyt steps back to shoot the three-pointer. Too strong. Tumwine is going to get the push-off on the offensive rebound against Jack Forward. It will send Forward to the line to shoot 2. Ethan doesn't really agree with the push-off. Referee right on top of that play. Second on Tumwine. Trey Campbell will check in for Ethan Tumwine. Jack Ford to the line. 4 for 4 on the season from the free throw line is Forward coming into today. Ford makes it a 10-point game. Timeout, Tommies and Coach Hickey. Tommy fans, reminder, go tommies.ca for all your Tommy information about all sports. This evening at the Grand Harvey will be women's hockey and their final game of the season. They host St. Mary's. Doing a little fill-in work there, so I'll make the quick trip up the hill, assuming I can get back to my vehicle in time. It's parked about a mile away, as far as you can get in the Curry Center parking lot from here, the LB gym. Tomorrow, 3 games on tap as well tomorrow. Tommy's testing my versatility to be 2 more basketball games, UKC women and the Tommies at noon, the men and UKC at 2. And 4:30, a very, very big volleyball matchup. Tommy men hosting the Holland Hurricanes. That game, very likely, depending, of course, results today, between those 2 schools. There are UNB, STU's at UNB today. And Holland is hosting the league-leading University of St. Anne. That game, the volleyball match, very much will determine second place and who has home court advantage in the semifinals. St. Anne already salted away first in that volleyball, so big match there. Lots for me to get ready for tomorrow before returning to the gym. All in good fun. Paul inside, looks to go up, doesn't draw the foul. Instead, the Mystics come away with it. Paul still down on the floor, and now it's passed ahead for Sam Gilmore. And again, it's Will Spalding having some trouble with the sneakers. He's going to look for some sticky wickham at halftime, I'm sure. A little bit of crazy glue or something, get those things to stick to the floor a little better. Sam Gilmore to the line. Gilmore had not attempted a free throw coming into this game. Converts that one. 12.6 seconds to go in the half. Converts the second as well. Subs, Lavoie for Tyrese Paul. Mystics with pressure here, 13 seconds to go in the half. Back for Lavoie, for Ben Duell. That's Lavoie on the drive. Gets the shot away, but can't get it to go down. Outside for Spalding. Spalding by Hoyt. Hoyt saw Spalding go by and launch one. Well off the mark, though. 15 minutes on the clock. Tommy's +8, 49-41 at halftime. I'm Bill Gibson. Come on back in about 15 minutes. And I'll have the action from the third quarter in what is shaping up to be a great second half. Good afternoon once again, fans. Welcome back to Lady Weaverbrook Gymnasium here in Fredericton. St. Thomas 49, Mount St. Vincent University 41 at halftime. Run down the scorers first half. Ty Murnahan 2, Will Spalding 8 and 6 rebounds. Keegan Fearon 3, Terrio Sands 2, Jackson Smith 8, Adam Callahan 6, Ryan McLean 6, Sam Gilmore 4, and Jack Forward 2. Nobody with more than one foul for the Mystics, only had 4 in the first half. For the Tommies, Harrison Florian had 2 points, Trey Campbell 10, Evan Villain 3, Tyrese Paul 6, Jeffrey Lavoie 15 and 4 rebounds to lead Stu in that department. Vincent Littleton 5, Tanner Hoyt 4 points, Owen Amos 4 points. That rounds out the scoring for the Tommies. For the Tommies, Littleton with 2, Ethan Tumwine with 2. Are the only Tommies with more than 1 foul. Mystics shoot 41%, the Tommies 45. 3-point percentage, the Tommies 36, the Mystics 21. Free throws, 8 of 10 for MSVU. 8 of 10 for the Tommies. Turnovers, Tommies 6, MSVU 9, so a little difference there. Otherwise, not much to talk about on the score sheet and differentiate between these teams on. Tommies with a few more shots and a few more makes is what it comes down to. That's your 8-point lead here at halftime for the Tommies. Starting 5 on the court for MSVU. Sands, Smith, Murnahan, Spalding, and Fearon. And for the Tommies, same situation, Campbell with Florian, Villain, Lavoie, and Tyrese Paul. Lavoie, the game's leading scorer with 16, will inbound. Getting some fans settled there on the far side. Tommy's ball to start the second half. Villain looks for Florian on the cut, instead knocked away by Sands. Evan might have tried to force that one inside just a little too much. Spalding drives baseline, cutting Sands. Can't get it to go in over the front of the rim, and he's out of bounds. Nope, calling Campbell out of bounds on the Tommies. Referees now going 13 on the shot clock. Coach Hickey asking the officials they hold it. I thought it was the Mystics player standing on the end line with the ball, not mine. I think they're saying that Campbell touched the ball while he was out of bounds. Spalding launches and drinks a three-pointer. 5-point game. Lavoie scores 2, give him 18. Sands to the front court for Smith. Murnahan, he's had a quiet game thus far. Nice little behind the back dribble there to lose his man. 10 on the shot clock. Spalding takes the 18-footer. Couple bounces. Fearon on the offensive glass. Kicks back outside. Spalding for 3. No good. Campbell on the carom. Campbell for Villain. Villain saves it. No, he's on the end line as he touches it. 7-point game. Spalding controls in the front court against Villain. Played about a minute and a half here in the third quarter. Spalding gets a little chicken wing out, but it's not called into the hands of Lavoie. Lavoie right at the bucket for 2 more. Give him 20. Trey Campbell checking the, I'm going to say groin, might be hamstring after that last play. He's going to come out. Vince Littleton will check in. Didn't see what happened there, but Trey Campbell in some obvious discomfort in a place you don't want to be discomfortable in. It's a new word, folks. Just made that up myself. Discomfortable. Mystics inbounding off the made Lavoie make. Smith for Sands, Sands for Smith. And this time it's Jackson Smith with the toes in the tulips on the sideline. Out of bounds. Florian over top of Fearon. Fearon, good defense there. Forced Florian. Spin away from the bucket. Tough shot. Big Harry would have the strength advantage there. Certainly the mass advantage. Spalding directs a little traffic. Keeps the dribble alive. Down again. Spalding seems to have a bit of trouble with those sneakers on this floor. Losing footing a lot in this one. Spalding back for Smith for 3. Quick release, Jackson Smith. Brings it back to 6 points. Littleton and Lavoie play a little catch in the backcourt. Florian. Villain. Pass inside for Florian. He's going to roll that one in for 2 points. Jackson Smith thought he got run over on the far side. Looks for the number on that truck. Sets the screen, slips it now. Smith will launch for 3. Not sure that's a quality shot that you were looking for there. Fearon rejected on the rebound by Florian, but it's Murnahan getting by Tyrese Paul. Paul gets the foul on the body. Doesn't like the call. Certainly looked like a foul from here. Like it could have been an easy call. Ty Murnahan just out-quick Tyrese to the tin. Tough thing to do usually. Murnahan, second-year forward, 6'2" out of Dartmouth. Really stepped up the offensive game here. Just about 14 points and 6 boards for Murnahan in his second season. Been really efficient on the offensive end, shooting about 60% among the league leaders. Florian attacks the glass, can't get that one to go, but it's Villain on the putback bucket. Florian with a knockaway, and again, it's Spalding losing the footing. Florian hands off to Villain. Now sets the screen, rolls. Tanner Hoyt, who's checked in for the Tommies. Back to Villain. Villain through the key. Oh, I thought that was 2 points for Evan Villain. Florian on the rebound, knocked out by Sands. 12 on the shot clock. Coach Hickey calling a play. Looks like the Tommies will go 4 flat along the baseline. Let's see who drops out to catch the pass. It's Paul. Paul against Murnahan. Tyrese Paul draws a foul on Ty Murnahan. I think Terrio Sands would have been there for the block. They put 24 on the board for that foul, so that foul is going to go on Jackson Smith. His first, team's first. Not very many fouls to think about in this one thus far. Paul converts from the line. Callahan for Sands. Back to Callahan. Callahan shoots it over Harrison Florian and makes 2. Nice little teardrop there from Adam Callahan. Littleton for Tanner Hoyt. Hoyt on the miss. Spalding skies for the board into the hands of Terrio Sands. Sands for Murnahan. Murnahan by Tyrese Paul for 2 more points. And now Murnahan intercepts the Paul pass. Steps by Paul, but can't get it to go. Now Tyrese collects the rebound. Hands it off to Vince Littleton. Paul shoots the 3. Front rimmer. There's a couple Tommies off the bench on that action. Tamwine and Amos will check in. Callahan right at Florian. Good defense by Harrison Florian to stop that one. Florian and Paul come out. Ethan Tamwine and Owen Amos in. I believe they're seeing who this is knocked out off of. Good to see the referees confer. Conferring on the shot clock, I guess. 16. Guess they're not doubting who it was out of bounds off of. 16 on the shot clock. Sands on the catch against Amos for Callahan. Inside for Sands. Littleton was right there outside, and knocking down a 3-pointer is Adam Callahan. 4-point game, 5 quick points there for Callahan. He's entered in this quarter. Amos drives over Callahan, doesn't get it to go. Smith looking for the rebound. We're going to be a tie-up jump ball. Possession Mystics. Coach DePalma looking for a foul on the rebounding action, doesn't get it. Jeffrey Lavoie checks in. Coach Hickey telling Owen Amos, hey, when you shoot that one, don't fall back, go right at it. If you pick up the foul, you pick up the foul, take the contact. Hear him from up here saying, we got to attack the rim. At least that's what it sounded like. Sands against Amos. Little pivot around 360. Now turnaround jumper for Terrio Sands, and it's a 2-point game again. Tommies were up 11, not that long ago. Lavoie's got 20 in the game. Backs in Murnahan, spins. Up and under move, Jeffrey Lavoie. Veteran move by Lavoie. Use the rim to his advantage. Take the shot blocker out of play. Amos fights for it, out of bounds off Owen Amos. He and Terrio Sands hit the deck on the far side. Building is fairly warm here for a February day. There is the synchro swim meet that's got the parking lot tied in knots outside. Smith, wide open 3. No good, rebound Littleton. Littleton has Hoyt on the run. Hoyt, spot up 3-pointer. Tanner Hoyt misses there. Rebound finally collected by the Mystics, and Spalding, he'll reset. Murnahan, tricky dribble on Tumwine, can't get it to go. Lavoie on the board. Lavoie dribbles across half. Lavoie, he'll go right at the bucket again. Thought he had another two. Great hustle by Tanner Hoyt to keep that alive. Amos on the reset, 7 on the shot clock. Littleton shoots the three. Rebound Callahan. Callahan lost the footing. I think we're going to have a foul here on Tanner Hoyt. It is. Fouled Callahan while he was on the deck there. Starting to say it's been pretty warm here in the building, but we haven't had a lot of moisture issues on the court, and here we might just have one. Yeah, the boys will get the towel out, do the icky shuffle. Get that cleaned up. Tumwine with a little sip of the Gatorade on the sideline. 4-point game, 2:28 to go, third quarter. STU and the Mystics in a tight one. Good defense, Ethan Tumwine. Spalding still comes up with the ball. Gets it to Callahan and Fearon. 7 on the shot clock. Leaking inside for two is Lyon McLean. Nice look from Keegan Fearon. 2-point game now. Littleton for Amos. Amos drives to the bucket. Gets contact. It's going to be just out of bounds. Jackson Smith was there with a good help defense. Smith got the worst of the collision, I think. So he ended up on the deck against the back wall. It's a big truck coming down Broadway there in Owen Amos. Tough fellow to stand in front of. Littleton with 3 to shoot, scores 2. Said it in the first half, say it again. Vince Littleton looks much more in control of what he's doing with the dribble than he did in the first half of the season here for the Tommies in this game. Pass ends up into the hands of Murnahan, and he scores 2. Little bit of pinball there, bounces the right way for MSVU. Hoyt launches a 3. Tanner Hoyt can't buy a bucket here. Ethan Tumwine will pick up his third foul on the reach-in. Mystics can tie with a 2 here, go ahead with a 3. Inside Fearon ties it up on the pass from McLean. Little reverse of the last action. Tied at 63, under a minute to go here in the quarter. Amos breaks the deadlock with a 3-pointer. Hoyt's going to pick up the foul against McLean. Tanner's second. Team's fourth. Mystics have only committed 1 foul this quarter. Callahan out of the corner. That must have caught somebody's foot there because it suddenly popped up and went into the stands. Must have been off of Owen Amos's toe, I think. McLean down and play stopped for the injury. He comes off. He lost his footing on the far side. Spalding will check in. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Not sure if that's an ankle, maybe a hamstring or a groin, something there. Just hobbling off the court. Little chat with Coach De Palma on the way out. 26.2 to go, 6 on the shot clock. Spalding, who's just checked in on the catch, 3 on the shot clock. Launches from deep, no good. Rebound finally controlled by the high-jumping Campbell. Lavoie. Pass picked off by Murnahan. Murnahan loses out of bounds, 13.2 on the clock. Tommy's ball, they can play for one shot here to end quarter 3. They're up 3 right now. Look for maybe Lavoie to get a touch. He's got 22 points on the game. Out for Littleton. Amos just made a 3. Littleton a runner towards the basket a little earlier. 5 seconds now. Littleton's got to make something happen. Puts up a 3-pointer, no good. Not sure that's the ball movement Coach Hickey's looking for to end the quarter there. Whole lot of dribbling that went nowhere. Regardless, the Tommies hold a 3-point lead. 66-63. Have to like that if you're Stu, but if you're the Mystics, you have to like. You've cut 5 points off that 8-point halftime lead. One back in about a minute and a half, and I will bring you action from the fourth quarter here in the Lady Beaverbrook Gym, otherwise known as the Pit. Fans, welcome back for quarter 4. We've got a fresh 10 on the board. I'm Bill Gibson. Once again, from my privileged perch here in the Pit, bringing you this ACAA action on sunny Saturday in Fredericton. Tommies +3 on the Mystics. They send out Lavoie, Tamwine, Littleton, Campbell, and Amos to start this quarter. Vince Littleton gets the hoop to go down and the harm. He'll go to the line, the chance to convert the 3-point play. For the Mystics, it's Murnahan, Sands, Smith, Callahan, and Will Spalding. First time in this game, I think, that we've seen the combo in the backcourt of Campbell and Littleton on the court at the same time. Sands back outside, now Murnahan. Murnahan on the drive, looks back for Sands. A little behind the back pass. Callahan will take a 3 over Owen Amos and make it. Big make there for Adam Callahan. He's having a strong afternoon here, is Callahan. Lavoie to the bucket. He gets it to go down, give Lavoie 24 on the game. Chance for 25 here from the line. It's an unofficial 25 for Lavoie. Had 16 at half. I think he's got 9 here in the second half. Very unofficial by my count. ACAA.ca after the game will have all the stats, all the scores, all the information about everything going on in the ACAA. Jackson Smith on the take and score. 4-2. Keeps us at a 4-point game. Amos spins. Amos gets the shot up. He draws the foul. Suddenly here now 3 team fouls on the Mystics to start this quarter. They've been relatively foul-free throughout the previous 3 quarters, but it's the Tommies being aggressive, looking to get to the line. Amos will shoot free throws. Owen Amos, 57% free throw shooter. First one rattles out. That one there reminded me a lot of the shots I saw last night in that bright and sparkling new gym in Mount A. The rims there are a little bit tight, of course, all brand new, and they will loosen up in time for next season, I'm sure, when the Mounties host the Nationals on the men's side. Big news for the conference to be hosting those. Conference champion and the host Mounties will go. Amos sidestepper for 3. Little line dance on the sideline for Owen Amos. Gets up the 3-pointer. Murnahan doesn't shoot many from deep in that one. Off the rim, off the support wire at the top. Safety rope, whatever you want to call it. Comes into play every once in a while here. Both of these teams, of course, championship aspirations. Amos, back rimmer on that 3-point attempt. Callahan on the board. Callahan back for Spalding. Knocked away by Vince Littleton on the lead pass. Sands had some space under the bucket. Spalding was trying to make it happen. Sands knocked away by Littleton, and it's Campbell with the dive on the floor. Travel called on Trey Campbell. Florian will come back in for a little more size. Amos will come out. Eight minutes to go in this one. Now we're going to get the towel out again. I could just hear Billy Ray Cyrus singing there now at that one as they're all lined up with the towel on the floor. Oh, nice fake from Spalding. Turnaround jumper doesn't go down. Littleton on the rebound. Fouled by Spalding. That's going to be Spalding's fourth on the team. Tommies, no team fouls yet. Still 7:50 to go. The Tommies could be on the line a whole lot in this quarter, and you have to wonder that many early fouls. I don't want to say it's strategy, but you're down by a little bit. Maybe you want the option late to be able to foul and send teams to the line. Sands was looking for the poke away on Florian. Littleton drives. Back rimmer doesn't go down. Rebound to Spalding. Littleton hits the deck. Callahan spot up 3. No good. Long rebound to Florian. You don't expect him to get too many out there, but he'll take that rebound and put it in the stat sheet. Campbell kicks to the corner, knock away by Jackson Smith. Smith out of Beachville, Nova Scotia. Another one of those places where the place name just brings imagery to mind, Beachville. You're not seeing crashing waves when you hear Beachville. I don't know if you've ever been to the beach. Shot missed, rebound Mystics. Smith on the drive, fouled by Villain. Game slowed down here with a few more whistles here. Assistant coach Kyle Woodworth with some words for Trey Campbell. Smith makes from the line. 80% free throw shooter on the season is Smith coming into the day. Averages 14 points a game. So he's pretty much there in this one, if not above. Campbell knocked away by Spalding. I'm going to say off of Spalding. Tyrese Paul will check back in. to be for Trey Campbell. Technical foul called on, I think, blue side number 13 was the call there, Will Spalding. Though in the book is number 4 for Spalding, I believe. The technical foul should count. Littleton makes from the line. So the Tommies get one on the technical. Obviously, there were some words there that George Carlin says you can't say on TV, uttered there by the official or something like that. Florian on the drive. Can't get it to go. Rebound by Jackson Smith. Something there for Spalding to have picked up the foul. Didn't see any action, so it's almost certainly one of those magic words. Foul on the Tommies. On Villain, his third. So the Tommies up 6. 6:41 to go in the quarter. Big foul there. That's Spalding picking up his 4th. He'll go to the bench. Sands kicks outside. Smith, long range. Paul on the board. Tyrese Paul drives. Sure what Tyrese was thinking there as he got to the bucket. Looked like a really good drive, and then just kind of went a little weaker on the shot. I think he could have went right at the tin there. Probably drawing a foul. Anyway, he's got to decide in the moment when he's shooting, not me. And there is Paul collecting that one. Jackson Smith a little slow to get back into play. I think he's okay. Timeout Mystics. Coach DePalma. Heard the official say that's your warning, so whatever he said there didn't sit well with official Dave Gallagher. If referees will huddle up and say, hey, I just warned him about whatever. Timeout taken by the Mystics. 6-point game. Fans reminder, action tomorrow here at the main gym, 12 o'clock. The main gym. I just dated myself by saying that. The main gym back when I went here to UNB, that's what it was referred to as. It is the Lady Beaverbrook gym. Okay, the main gym now. Most people wouldn't know where to go. Lady Beaverbrook gym. Women at 12 against Kings. The men at 4 against Kings. Other action tomorrow. These Mystics go down the highway to take on UNB SJ, who are playing Kings today. And a big matchup on the island, Mount A and Holland at 3 o'clock on Super Bowl Sunday. Folks, that Super Bowl game doesn't start until later in the day. Come on out here to the Lady Beaverbrook Gymnasium. A couple of great basketball games, and then a crucial men's volleyball match that will decide home court in the semifinals to follow that at 4:30. Watch all 3 of those, and you still got time to get home for Super Bowl kickoff. Pick up your pizza on the way, pre-order it. Get here to the gym, check out these Tommy teams. Of course, if you're in the St. John area or a Mystics fan, get yourself the UNB SJ gym. Littleton makes the second from the line for the 7-point lead with under 6 to go. Other Tommy action this weekend. As soon as this one finishes, I'll be moving up the hill for a 7 o'clock puck drop. Women's hockey, their senior day and final game of the season, hosting third place St. Mary's. Hoping I can get there in time for the 7 o'clock puck drop. 10-6 now. I'm looking pretty good unless this one goes into several overtimes. I'll be back on the call for all 3 of the games here tomorrow as well, the 2 basketball and the volleyball match. Callahan has that one kicked. Shot clock resets to 14. McLean will inbound, guarded by Littleton. Lots of time to go in this one. Sands from the baseline, blocked partially by Florian, I think. Yeah, Sands is saying he got that one. He tipped that one. So it is out of bounds. Off of Florian. Sands and Florian, little action in the key there. Nobody was ready except those two. Sands blocked by Florian that time. Big Harry, the shake of the head, said don't bring that in here. Littleton scores 2. Tommies pushed the lead to 9, just about 5 minutes to go, fourth quarter. Sands, he'll go at Florian again, now reverse. Gets the shot over Florian, but he gets the offensive glass. Smith on the drive. Smith goes right into the body of Harrison Florian and picks up the foul. Says, Terry, I'll have a look at this. This is the way you have to do it. You have to go right at him, draw the contact. Spalding back in with 4 fouls. Callahan to the bench. Jackson Smith. Miss on the first. Make on the second. Littleton, right in the face of Murnahan, drops the jumper for the 10-point Tommy lead. McLean for Murnahan. Met by Villain, outside for Spalding. Spalding's going to be careful on the drive with those 4 fouls. Tommies will jump in and take one. McLean with a nice fake and drive. Going to draw the foul on Florian. Florian's going to talk to the referee about that one. And say, really? It'll be Florian's third. Both teams in bonus now. 4:08 to go. Could see a lot of free throws to finish this one. McLean with the make. Averages 5 points a game. 3 for 3 from the free throw line coming into today. Seeing a little more action, of course, with Campbell Colpitts and Isaac Matheson scratched. Lavoie on the rebound, ahead for Villain. He has Paul. Smith got a hand on the pass. There's going to be a push called. That's going to send Tyrese Paul to the line. Push called on Jackson Smith. Smith didn't like the call, but he hopped away from the official on that one. A couple deep breaths there for Smith. Get himself under control. Tyrese Paul rattles the first one through. Paul averaging almost 12 points a game, 4.5 boards. 75% free throw shooter on the season. Makes them both. Tommy's plus 11, under 4 to go. Villain's going to pick up the foul on Spalding. That will be Villain's 4th, I believe. It is his 4th, and it will send Spalding to the line. Coach Hickey pulls Tyrese Paul over for a little conversation about defensive end. Tommy's right now do not want to be sending the Mystics to the line. The Mystics are scoring. The Tommies want it to be with the time clock running, not with the time clock stopped. The veteran Spalding, 4th-year player, 90% free throw shooter, knocks them both in. Oh, Lavoie got some contact there. And Spalding lays it in at the other end. Timeout taken by Coach Hickey. The Mystics come with some pressure. Cut the lead to 7. Timeout Tommies. Big 4-point run there by the Mystics. Fans, a reminder again, the ACAAs in basketball are here, men's and women's. Go together in a tournament style. Quarterfinals on the Friday, semifinals on the Saturday, and finals on the Sunday. All the information is available now, acaa.ca, on the game times. Of course, the matchups yet to be determined. The Thursday, the women will go at 11 and 1. It'll be 4 versus 5 and 3 versus 6. Same 4 versus 5 and 3 versus 6 on the men's side. 3 and 5. Then they'll have the awards banquet that evening. The next day we'll go semifinals women at 1 and 3. Top ranked team who gets the bye in the quarters versus the lowest remaining seed. Second ranked team versus the other winner from the quarters. Same thing on the men at 5 and 7 on the Saturday. Pass inside for Florian. He loses the handle. That's Sands to the front court against Paul. And Paul draws the foul. Late whistle there from referee Dave Gallagher. Tyrese Paul. His second foul. To the line will go Terrio Sands. And again an opportunity for the Mystics to get points with the clock stopped. Sands on the miss. Sands. Right around a 50% free throw shooter on the season. There we see 1 out of 2. Pressure coming from the Mystics. Villain on the catch, fake, back to Lavoie. Lavoie gets by Spalding and Smith outside Villain. Checks up, finds Jeffrey Lavoie. Lavoie's got 25 on the game. Let's see if he can go to work here, put some Tommy points on the board. Outside Evan Villain. Villain for 2! Coach DePalma asking the officials there about something. I'm not sure I saw a travel myself or a hook or anything. I'm not sure what that question was about. Jackson Smith for 3. 5-point game, 2:40 to go. We're in for a tight one yet here towards the end. Villain to the corner. Littleton. Littleton back for Florian. Florian from 15 feet, leaves it short. Tipped out, but it's right into the hands of Murnahan. Murnahan against Paul, spins. Can't get it to go. Lavoie is there for the board. Lavoie brings it over half. 2:10 to go. Lavoie spins. Lavoie off glass, doesn't go. Paul with a putback for 2. McLean with a 3-pointer. 4-point game, 1:50 to go. Paul dribbles it over half and throws it to no one, right into the hands of the Mystics. Spalding fakes the 3, now drives. Looks inside for Sands. Sands passes it back outside, and he thought the dark shirt was the official. So Paul gives it away on one end, passes it right to the Mystics, and Sands passes it right to the official on the other end to give it back. Dueling turnovers here in the final 2 minutes. Lavoie. Again, he gets it in deep outside. Littleton shoots the 3. He's really good from out there. Littleton shoots the 3 at over 45%, pushing 50. Big bucket there, Vince Littleton. Gets cheers from the top deck. from Tommy's athletic director, Mike Eagles. No doubt he'll be up the hill as well for the hockey game. Gets around for sure. I think Pig Sunday here for the Tommies so far has gone well. The Tommy women with a victory over the Mount St. Vincent Mystics. The Tommy men up 7 here with, I think it's a minute and change to play. We'll see when the timeout timer comes off the board. Maybe a minute 20, 25 or so would be my guess. I didn't look before we went to the break here. Both teams in bonus. Any foul now will send the other to the line. I think unless, of course, it's player control on the offensive end, and then I don't believe you shoot. .125 to go. That was pretty handy. Tommies +7. Mystics with the timeout, advance the ball, take the shorter shot clock. 14 seconds to shoot. Will the Mystics? They need some scores anyway. They're not worried about that extra 10 seconds at this point. They're probably not going to use all 24 in the shot clock down 7. McLean will inbound. Sand, Smith, Murnahan, and Spalding join McLean. Jackson Smith loses the handle. It's into the hands of the Tommies. And now Littleton loses the handle, taken away by Sands. Over for McLean, back for Spalding. But McLean was on the sideline. Coach Hickey says, why was that not a foul there? And now Coach Hickey warned by referee Dave Gallagher. So both coaches have been officially warned here in the last couple minutes. Oh, Littleton might have got away with a walk there as he picked that second foot up and brought it over half. I thought he had established the back one as the pivot foot. Obviously not. The railing in my way, I couldn't quite see his feet a little bit. The top hand drill here from my position. Cut my vision off right where his feet were, but thought maybe he had established that back one. It kind of looked that way. Obviously not. Littleton with a miss from the line, 1:08 to go. 3-possession game. Make here doesn't change that, still a 3-possession game. Sands inbounds for Spalding. Spalding splits the defense over for McLean. McLean shoots the 3, makes the 3. 1 minute even, 5-point game, back for Paul. Ahead for Lavoie. Lavoie inside, Florian lays it in. Back to a 3-possession game with 52 to go. Coach DePalma, another timeout. That will be his last. Undoubtedly, they will advance the ball again. Great look ahead to Florian, and he scores 2. Fans, I'm going to do a pretty quick wrap-up after this one, so I can make that 7 o'clock face-off at the top of the hill pretty comfortably. Get a bit of a trek across the parking lot here. The Synchro Swim here today. I'm parked about as far away as you can get over at the Curry Center, way down in the far end of the lot. So assuming we don't go to overtime here, I'll wrap up. Head up the hill for the hockey game. You can join me on AUS TV for that if you really like listening to me. And of course, I'll be here tomorrow, 12 and 2, basketball against UKC, 4:30, men's volleyball against Holland. All big games in the standings. Down by 7, the Mystics advance to the front court as expected, 14 on the shot clock. McLean will inbound. Look for McLean to get the inbound pass back and possibly take the 3. Smith on the drive. Takes the 2, no good. Rebound out of bounds off of Spalding. And timeout Coach Hickey here. Let's see if The Tommies elect to move it to the front court and take the 10 seconds off the shot clock as well. .30 seconds left in the timeout. Great job as always by our producer Alice here this afternoon. Around here all the Tommies court sports as she's been all season long. Sure she'll be back tomorrow as well. It's after all the technical stuff, and I will say this season it's gone pretty well from the technical standpoint. A few issues last season adjusting to some new gear and a little cleanup work by the tech crew in the off season. Knock on wood. After tomorrow, the Tommies will have one home game remaining. That will be on Sunday the 19th versus Holland College. The Mystics, 2 home games left. Mount A on the 18th, the Saturday. Crandall on the 19th. A couple tough games coming up there. After tomorrow's UNB SJ game. A couple tough home games for the Mystics coming up. Outside, Littleton, Paul Littleton. Tommies did advance, did take the time off the shot clock. Now 4 to shoot for Lavoie. Lavoie scores 2, give him 27, just under the shot clock. 95-86, so the Tommies eclipse their season average. On the drive, Murnahan scores 2. Tommies are okay with that at this point. Villain gets the tie up. Jump ball possession arrow Mystics. Spalding helped up by Murnahan. No timeouts left. Ethan Tumwine will check in for Harrison Florian. So the Tommies go speed for size. Inbound Murnahan, he drives, off glass, no good. Rebound putback is good by Sands. 5-point game, 14 seconds left. Inbound for Tumwine, he's fouled by Spalding. That will foul Spalding out and send Ethan Tumwine to the line. 2 for 4 on the season coming into this one is Tumwine. Fredericton High grad in his first year of eligibility. Been a couple years out of high school now, I think, has Ethan. And the 5th foul will give Ethan a little bit of time to think about this one. Adam Callahan into the game, number 4. Ready for the 2 shots now. Tumwine to the line. 2 possession game. 2 makes here. Makes it almost impossible for the Mystics in 12.4. Make on the first. So now the 2 possession is 2 3-pointers. This one pretty much salted away, I think, for the Tommies. Don't want to rule out the improbable, but it is very much improbable now in a 3-possession game. Callahan to the front court, under 10 seconds to go. McLean, under 5 seconds. McLean is going to get 2 points. It's not going to matter. Tommies plus 5. Tumwine fouled with 2.3 seconds to go. So the Tommies go to work here without reigning Defensive Player of the Year Gaio Isaiah. He should be good to go coming up. I asked Coach Hickey if that was a long-term injury for Gaio. He says it is not. Tumwine with another knock-in to make it 98. 3 in a row for Tumwine off the bench. Make it 4 for 99 points. 3-possession game, just no fouls. Callahan dribbles it across half. So a double dip for the Tommies. The women and men both beat the Mount St. Vincent University Mystics Men's game finishes 99-92 in favor of the Tommies. Tommies on the season move to 9-5. The Mystics drop to 9-5. That ties both of those teams with Crandall University for second place in the conference. Holland atop 10-3. Big game tomorrow. Back here, Tommies will host UKC at 2. Women's game at noon. Mount St. Vincent moved down the highway to take on St. John. Fans, thanks for tuning in. I'm Bill Gibson. You've been watching ACAA.tv and Tommies TV on YouTube. Switch over to AOS TV. I'll have the hockey game call. I'll get up the hill. Or come on back to ACAA TV tomorrow for basketball and volleyball.